This is Ninja. He's a streamer. He's got a massive channel. I don't have a massive channel. He's called Ninja. Maybe he's got something to do with Japan, or he likes things in Japan. Do you think he'd sponsor this video, or maybe even my channel, or give me a shout out? Probably not, but still I'm going to make a video about him and about his shoes and sneakers that he's collaborating on. This is the third, as far as I know, collaboration between Ninja and the Adidas line. My channel's all about sneakers and all about upcoming sneaker releases, and in the case of these guys, it's coming up later in this month of August. I think it's something like, I want to say August the 18th, but the drop date for these guys is coming real soon. It's a great looking shoe, and it's just a really great collaboration. It gave me a real great opportunity to dig into Ninja and what he's done online, how he's changed the streaming world in a way, and also look at the shoes that he's collaborated with, and then take a deep look at these guys as they come up. And maybe if you're thinking about digging into your pocket and paying for these guys, why I actually totally recommend it, because of all of the shoes he's collaborated on so far, this one for me is the biggest one. So without further ado, let's get into the Adidas Superstar Time In Ninja. This is the Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel. Des. My name is Chubs no day. My name is Meeting Design. Every single day I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news and sneaker reviews. And today what we're looking at is a collaboration between the Adidas line and Ninja, a very famous streamer. Massive channel, massive following on many different social medias. And that's the key point of this shoe. That whole time in motif on there. Why didn't he put Ninja? There's a reason for that. And the reason is because the time in is the time he's put into building his brand and building his sort of, empire, if I can call it that. And that's a big deal. A lot of people out there sort of look at people who have made it and they complain. I think back to the 80s to a Dire Straits song called Money for Nothing. Maybe you know the song because it's got a classic guitar riff to it, but maybe you don't know the story that what happened was the lead from Dire Straits was standing in a TV store, thinking about buying a television, and the guy beside him was talking to his buddy about, MTV stars and how they're just like lazy and they get everything thrown at them. And of course the lead of Dire Straits, Martin Knopfler, his name was like, it's not as easy as that. The success doesn't just fall into your lap for no reason. You actually work at something. You're skillful at something, you work at it, you organize it, you put time in to it to make it work. And that's what the whole time in is on here. Personally, sorry Ninja, no offense and all that, but I wouldn't have put time in. I would have put grind, because that's what it is to me. It's an absolute grind. I've been grinding this channel for like 17, 18, 19 months now. Me, honestly, full disclosure and all that, I hope that within a week a video gets 100 views. I know that that's not aiming high, but that's where my channel is at the moment. I do have a plan for it in the future, and my hope is that I'll be able to tie it up with a Japanese sneaker store and then get sneakers in hand more often than doing these upcoming sneaker releases videos. But that's just where the channel is right now, and with the Olympics hopefully coming next year, those two will coincide and the channel will go somewhere. But I know it's never going to go as far as people like Ninja's channels have gone. But with that being said, I'm still going to grind it out, and that's why I think time in's a great sort of respect to the fact that you didn't just get stuff thrown into your hands and just fell lucky on your feet and yay, suddenly I've been successful. You grind at it, you work at it, you put time into it. So I totally respect that part of the shoe. Now let's get into the second bit of this video. The third bit will be the shoe itself, but the second bit is the two sneakers that he's actually collaborated on with Adidas so far. There might be more. I know of two. One of them was a torsion. Boing, there's the torsion right there. And there's two things that I want you to know about that shoe, which is relevant to today's shoe, the Superstar. Lots about the Superstar, very iconic. But the two big things is that there's a lot of sort of structural and color placements and color blocking elements. Whoa, there goes my iPad. And color elements on that torsion that are different from regular torsions. And so it's like he's really taken the shoe and made it his own, whereas in today's shoe it's much more simplified and much truer to the Superstar silhouette. And then if we flip that out up to the night joggers that he also did, whoa, we'll flip back to the torsion, because the second thing I want to look at is the Dubré. The Dubrés are the little sort of lace holders down at the bottom of the lacing system, which are yellow on these guys. And then if we do flip out to those night joggers, and we'll start with the Dubrés on them, you can see that they're yellow on there as well. And when we get to today's shoe, they're different. But then if we do look at the night joggers joggers as well. There's a lot kind of going on in there. He's really taken it and made it his own sneaker, and that's kind of one of the main stories and the main narratives of those torsions and the night joggers. And then when we come to today's shoe, the Superstar, he's totally respected the shoe and said the shoe will tell the story rather than me. That's important, and it's important because this is the 50th anniversary year of the Superstars, and you can't muck around with an iconic sneaker like that, celebrating its 50th year and then take it into a wild extreme and go all over the place. Stay true to it, pay homage to it, respect 50 years of time in on the silhouette, and I'm glad that he went with that. And if he'd gone the other way, I would have been a bit critical. So Ninja, nice job on that. I think it's very cool. And speaking of very cool, let's actually get into the shoe and look at some of the detail on it. I'll just go very quickly to the front, where you've got a very simplified shell on the front of there. That toe shell toe on the front of Superstars is the iconic kind of element of the shoe that just doesn't really change. Every so often somebody will throw something different on the front there, but really Superstar, shell toe, they go hand in hand, and they haven't been played with here. And if I remember rightly, they're just pure white. Then coming back along the lateral side, massive difference between the lateral and the medial sides, and we'll get into the medial side later, but we start with the lateral side, very clean white. Often with Superstars, the 3-stripe branding on there will be in a second colour to contrast that, but instead of doing that, what they've done is they've stayed with the white on white, but to give it that definition, there's an outline in blue, and that's the first time we get a chance to talk about Ninja's sick. And then it just all fell apart. I was super worried that my wife would call in the middle of making this video because I shoot on my iPhone, and she did. And I just played it back to see where it got to before it cut off, and it said Ninja's signature. It was meant to say signature colours. The blue on there represent Ninja's signature colours. I always try and leave that kind of stuff out. I'm not going to try and edit it out and pretend it didn't happen. It did happen. Hopefully you're not bothered by that. If you are, shogunai. These things happen. Shogunai means that's life in Japanese. So yeah, those signature colours on that lateral side, 3-stripe branding in white, but outlined with the blue on there, and then right beside that, one of my favorite sort of details when people play with the Superstar branding and the Superstar line is that alongside the third of the 3 stripes, it usually says Superstar there, and that's been traded out for Ninja. Then when we turn them around the back and have a look at the heel, I was hoping for more. Yes, I do get it that it's in Ninja's colours, and it does represent that, but just staying with, I think it's the trefoil and Adidas underneath it in white on the blue sort of background. They could have done something there. What about the trefoil with Ninja underneath it? Which is kind of like, there's a chance for you to do something there, but they didn't. And then if we have a look, I think it's down onto the insole. I can't remember what the insole, you know what I should have done while I was reshooting this video is I should have picked up my iPad so I could actually look at this stuff, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try and do it from memory. I think I'm right in saying if you look at the insole of these guys, there's tiny little motifs, a cross motif running through them, and we'll flip it back to Ninja's wallpaper that we were looking at the very start of this video with Ninja there himself, but actually if you look in, I think it's on this side, you'll see the crosses in there, and if we flip back to the insole on these guys, you can see that cross motif is repeated again on the shoe. So it's a very cool kind of detail, but what I'm doing is I'm staying off of the most important detail of the shoe, which is on the medial side. And before I show you this, I'm going to just say that I do love what they've done here, especially because it's on the medial side. To me, when they hide details on a shoe, almost like Easter eggs in a movie, when they hide details and you have to find them and know about them or learn about them, or you need to be in the know to know them, or it's like you're not saying, look at me, you know, you're putting the details somewhere discreet instead of in your face. I like that. That's my kind of style. I'm more into discreet things and sort of simplified things rather than in your face things. And what we've got here, let's have a look at that medial now. Bang, there's the medial side of these guys. And what you're seeing there, and hopefully it's zooming in on the green screen here, is almost like a circuit board running through the medial side of the shoe, which is not at all present on, bang, the lateral side. You see how white that lateral side is there with no detailing whatsoever, and then flipping back again to the medial, there's that kind of circuit board motif running through that, which I think is very cool in and of itself as a detail, as a design element, but it's also very cool that it's on the medial side and it's kind of hidden away, not where you would normally see it. Maybe it represents like the circuitry that's on the inside of things as opposed to on the outside. But that I think is a great touch and a great way to finish this shoe. So I'm a big yes on the whole concept of Time In. I forgot to go to the Dubrais. I better go down there and look at those Dubrais because they're important. Bang, there they are. Time in blue writing on a white Dubray, and that's important because at the start of this video I said about the other two that we've looked at is that they went with yellows. I'll put one of them up. I don't need to put both, and you can see the yellow Dubrais there. And then if we come back to these guys today, sticking with that white and blue motif that ran through the entire shoe, and it's that kind of detail, that kind of, you know, keeping it simple and staying true to the sort of narrative of the shoe is why I like these shoes very much. And there is one more thing as well now that I think about it. See, I should have picked up my iPad so I don't forget all these things. A almost partially, little bit, not quite translucent outsole, and you'll be looking at it right here, and hopefully somehow I'm finding a way on the green screen to show you that it isn't a solid sort of white rubber outsole. It's got a little bit of kind of almost see-through, almost transparency on there, but not quite translucent. And but it's a great touch to finish off a great shoe because it gives it that kind of blue feel that goes with the blue and white feel of the rest of the shoe. So video done for today. This like I said, I'm shooting back-to-back Adidas videos today to go, one up on Sunday tomorrow, one up on Monday, and this is the start of my 1 week summer holiday, so I'm going to try and get the content sort of stacked up a little bit. So thank you guys for checking out the content. Ninja, thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks, for the shout out on your channel.
Thanks for sponsoring my videos, Ninja.
Thanks for sending me merchandise.
Thanks for playing, like live streaming and mentioning my videos on my channel every 5 minutes.
Thank you, Ninja. I really appreciate the support you've thrown my way.
Like that's ever going to happen. Imagine if it did, though. Yeah, we can all dream. Time to sign off. My little girl's actually dreaming next door. She's having her afternoon nap, and I need to make sure I finish this up before she wakes up. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you guys for checking out the content as usual, and I'll do what I do at the end of every single video, which is remind you that I do this every single day. And that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.